Hello, Hannah. Nice to see you
Nice
here.
to see you too.
Thank you for coming and joining our interview.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, for me too. I'm very grateful for you that you decided to participate. And today, what do you think we're going to talk about?
I just feel like you want to know more about my country, and that's it. Literally, the colonization and how it has like impacted us, and
yeah, your country, because we had a course about post-colonial times and colonization, and we read loads of information about that. And this is like your practical example of a person with such a history. And in Nigeria, we know that it's been previously colonized, and that's what actually interests us. So the first question would be, how did civilization impact Nigeria? How was it like? If you have some stories from your relatives or any history that you have to share, it would be so nice to hear.
Okay, that's such a nice question. First of all, during the colonial era, like when we weren't really like born, so our parents actually told us a lot of stories, and it's quite interesting. Some of them are frightening. Yeah, but basically the British have actually impacted Nigeria so much, and one of the really impactful things they've done to Nigeria is introduction of English language and civil education. Yeah, so there are other lots of impacts that they've had upon us. Because when they came, they literally came for their own benefits then. So they knew we had so much resources like petroleum, we had things to trade, and all that. And before they came, Africans were literally selling themselves for trade, for slaves.
Yeah,
you get that, right?
Yeah, of course.
So when they came, they settled down in the area that was around the south part of Nigeria, where the resources were. And then first again, like Nigeria was like divided into two parts. We had like the North province and the South province. So they settled around the South province, where the Atlantic Ocean was, and then they indirectly like controlled the North province. So like they took control of every part of the country directly and indirectly, and they benefited like a lot and impacted us negatively and positively. So the negative impact is that we're so influenced by them that we just want to like be exactly as they are, and to some extent like the younger generations are like trying to abandon our history. Do you understand? And we're just trying so hard to make that impossible.
Well, that's surely an important issue to know, because you're about your history, like how your relatives lived, how the story was made. And I'm sure there were lots of struggles with education and people gaining independence, and this has all been a huge problem, I think. But how's it now? Like, how do you feel? What's the difference? Maybe what is the modern society of Nigeria? How do people feel?
Okay, I feel now it's more like the whole world is becoming global. We're becoming one. Do you understand?
United?
Yeah, we're becoming united, and it is creating problem in the sense that bigger countries like the British, America, and we have Russia and China. These countries are like really huge with development and technology. So we try to like meet up with them, and in order to do that, we try to like step away from where we are. Do you understand?
Not really.
Yeah, we try to like step up to reach up to the level of you get like China, Russia, and
the countries,
the United States, and it's really a setback. It's really a setback, because we need to like take steps
certain steps.
Yeah, certain steps to
politics,
to get to where we actually deserve to be.
But I'm sure the world, like, there's always some improvements that help to unite, and it's really grateful that now the world is like trying to help, and that people, like, they get educated, they being globalized, and this is a great result.
Of course, globalization will have like a positive impact and also a negative impact.
Sure.
Yeah.
And okay, that's amazing. And let's continue. Just another question that we have many questions to ask and to cover. So another question is how do you feel like now you live in Russia?
Yeah.
You work here, you live here for how many years?
I have been in Russia for almost 7 years.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I have never lived on one spot for 7 years because I always move around, like seriously. So there's another question that I want to ask, and we with our group want to ask is what are the noticeable impacts of Russians' attitude to Nigeria or Nigerians? People, how do you maybe what's your personal experience or just anything you can share?
Okay, I feel Russia has had like a lot of positive impact to Nigeria. I'll use Nigeria, my country, just specifically because there have been like a lot of trading and apart from trading, education wise, and lots of things like fighting jets and rest of them. So Russia was really actively involved with Nigeria during the Soviet Union era. So after the Soviet Union, things were like really hard on Russia, so they had to like set back. They had to like lay low and disconnect all those like transactions. So, like not until the period of Vladimir Putin, when he came on power, he now like brought back all these things. And, now we have Africans coming to Russia to study at the Soviet universities. And we also have like trading of wheat and, other things like that. And also like firefighting, is it fighting instruments too?
So weapon or something?
Weapons, yeah.
Wow, that's something new. Like what like you shared that since like the connection was broken, now it's back to where it was when people can like move and see and live in Russia.
And the important thing is that one will feel like Russia and a place like Africa will not really connect because of the language barrier, but that's not true. Russia has been able to like really impact Africa, so it has been such a great experience. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Now another person to ask.
Okay, so the next question is about young adult Nigerians and the opportunities with education and employment. So what can you say about that?
Right. One of the challenges we face in Nigeria is the fact that there are a lot of youth and unemployed youth, like in quotes. Yeah. So because of that, it's really challenging, really challenging, and there are certain factors we have, like for example, a lot of people do not really have like networking opportunities. Like you need to like get to one level, meet a person who is equipped with opportunities to help you, get internship, and maybe from there like get the actual job you actually want to get. So it's really challenging. That is one factor, and then the next factor again is some Nigerians don't have like real quality education, and like because of that they are not able to like meet up to the global standard. The world I mentioned earlier is like becoming one, it's becoming global. So you have to like really get things right, like you have to meet up to the standard of the global level. And so this is also like a challenge. And in situations whereby you also have like poverty as a factor too, it's gonna be hard to like meet up with finances to be able to like really get what you want.
Okay, you need a person who will help you, yeah? In short, we'll say. You need a person who will help you, if you will say in short.
Yeah, if you wanna like get if you wanna get employed, you will need people to help you. You need finances, right, to help you, because maybe you would want to like set up your own personal business, and maybe it's really expensive because there are so many ideas now, on the internet with technology and all that. So like it takes like a lot of money to really get all this stuff.
So the next question is about what problem do you have with religion and unity of Nigerian people?
Okay, that's a great question actually, because a religion is not just one. Like there are numerous types of religions in Nigeria, and I'm also gonna add that we have like numerous ethnic groups, but we have like 3 main ethnic groups, which is Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. So like before the colonization, like we had this sort of like territories where the Igbos were, the Southerners were, and the Yorubas. Like Igbos, Yorubas, everybody was like separated, and it's just like you're sitting here and I understand your boundaries and I respect it, and I sit here too and you respect my boundaries. But now we're more like united, and it causes tensions when it comes to situations of politics where there is campaign, and like there is the need to like vote for a particular candidate to win an election and rule the whole nation. I hope you really understand what it means. So for example, now if this person belongs to this tribe, the person would want to like associate more, with his own tribe. He wouldn't want to like explore, he wouldn't want to like open his mind, because he feels more at home if he's in his own like comfort zone. Do you understand? So like there is just this problem of discrimination. Discrimination in the sense that if I feel like my tribe is like better than yours, then I would like to like intimidate you. Do you understand? And then discrimination, crisis, like from the discrimination you could get intimidated and you would want to like fight me back. So so there are issues of violence and crisis, and
So the next question is about women,
Okay.
Nigerian women.
Okay.
How are your women challenging traditional gender roles and advocating for greater equality?
Okay, that's really great. Yeah, a very good question. Women are really doing their best to bring up other women. Like they are on social media, they are educating, the whole society about discrimination of women, education, and like they've also been a challenge of young girls, really young girls at the age of 17, 16 years old getting married. And like
nowadays, or
not nowadays, like they fought it already. They fought it, and we've gotten to a point now where it's more like a history now. So like we're still fighting over it, because there are some people who are trying to like really bring back that bad part of the history and tradition to the modern society, and so through the social media, through like traditional events and all that, and some sort of like hashtags on the internet. There are a lot of information there, so you get to like watch these informations through the social media and you get educated.
Okay, you told about that there are a lot of people, not lots, but there are a lot of people who try to get back these traditions.
Yeah.
So if there are there a lot, numbers of people? There are a lot of people who try to do this, or maybe it's a small amount of people?
It's I think it's not like I would say average, because they are more like located in a particular region of the country. So like just like I mentioned, like we have different ethnic groups, and these ethnic groups could like have a particular beliefs, and the other ones would not have the same beliefs. So yeah, so most of the settlers around the north part of Nigeria are usually into early marriage, and it's dangerous in the sense that when you're still too young, you're too young to like carry a child, and yeah, so when you start carrying a child at a very young age, it could actually cause a lot of complications. And yeah, so yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
What are the key challenges and opportunities facing Nigeria in achieving sustainable development?
Okay, we have like a lot of challenges, I would say, just like everywhere else. First of all, I would like to like mention that one of the challenges that are actually really troubling are troubles like corruption. Yeah, the system is like really corrupt, and there is just a sort of difference between the really rich group of the society versus the really poor part of the society. And like the poor society are like really a lot, they are really more than the rich. So like it's quite a challenge, because the rich ones try to like get everything to themselves and not think about the whole like society and how indirectly it's gonna like get back and bite them. And yeah, so that's one. And then secondly, we have the problem of natural problems like climatic change and pollution, deforestation. There are just certain things that we feel we should enjoy naturally, like cutting down woods and all that, are really harmful to the global society. But like we actually use them because we feel like they will solve certain needs we have, and all that. So yeah, so these are some of the problems we face.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, the next question is about film industry. There is a Nollywood, Nigerian film industry. So how does it contribute to the cultural expression and economic development of Nigeria?
Okay, the good thing with the movie industry, Nollywood, is that it has been able to like gain global recognition, and it has been able to like impact the society with like storytelling and telling about the history, things that like the younger generations do not really know about, preservation of our history. And yeah, they've really done like a good job, and they've also like created job opportunities for like citizens, and they are doing amazing actually. Yeah.
This is great. And what about language and traditions? How are they adapted in the society?
So we have like cultural education, like these are taught in schools. So we try to like keep up with programs from the early part of the child education to the end, and yeah, influence some of the traditions to the kids. And parents also play an important role to impact some of these traditional histories and pass it on. And then we have institutions too, like the museum. We have the what other institutions do we have? We have a lot of institutions actually, but like places like the museum are places where you could actually find historical instruments, to just remind you about the history, and it's amazing actually.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
And I just got curious, what about the diversity of languages that are presented in Nollywood?
Okay.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah, there are languages. There are actually some movies that are purely just languages. They don't speak English literally, because English is not really our language. We're colonized and we're taught English. So it's now something that has brought us all together. So, but in Nigeria, literally, we have over 250 languages, and we use like just 3 as the main like languages in the country. Yeah. So English has brought us together, and like even if we make these movies in English, most of the movies are made in English. We try to like incorporate some sort of like maybe dresses, attires. We try to like bring in some slangs, because it's interesting to us actually. And yeah, the slangs and the attires, and then education about historical events and all that. Yeah.
This is very interesting question.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, then next question.
Yeah.
What are the key challenges and opportunities facing Nigeria in achieving sustainable development?
Okay, corruption is one, and then corruption in the sense that people are selfish, and people who are rich try to have everything to themselves. And then we have discrimination also. I think it's connected in the sense that the richer people try to, I think, hold back the less privileged, and like get everything to themselves. Yeah.
Thank you. It was great. It was
great
to meet you. Just my pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank
same
you for
here.
helping
You're welcome.
us.